Fox 32 has investigated Henyard's use of a police security detail, taking officers off the street and costing thousands of dollars.
Is there a motion to terminate Chief?
Tiffany Henyard, also known as the super mayor of Dalton, Illinois, has left yet again, leaving the population wondering if she is truly gone this time. Today was meant to be a watershed moment. A special meeting had been convened to seek explanations from Henyard. Residents were curious about where the town's cash had gone, why she spent $85,000 on a lavish party involving rappers despite the town's financial difficulties, and how she planned to remedy the upheaval she had caused. However, as is customary, Henyard did not appear. Instead, the room was crowded with sad faces, disgruntled individuals, and even more unanswered questions.
As the supervisor, there will be no comments, there will be anything, it will be me addressing you guys to me what's going on.
Tiffany Henyard appears to be playing a lengthy game of hide-and-seek, leading many to believe she is preparing an escape. She has been avoiding calls, missing meetings, and has not been seen at her workplace in quite some time. As Dalton's financial situation worsens, Henyard has totally disappeared from public view. Is she about to depart? Or is this simply one of her power moves? Let's take a step back and look at the turbulence that's been going on in Dalton. Henyard has been the subject of much controversy since taking office. Her government has been plagued by controversies, ranging from mismanagement of funds to extravagant expenditure. When she was sworn in as mayor in 2021, things rapidly turned worse. Dalton's financial situation has deteriorated in just a few years. What was once a surplus in the town's general fund is now a startling $365 million deficit, with Henyard at the center.
Y'all are a disgrace.
We're watching her fall in this administration.
The infamous Taste of Thornton Township event was one of Tiffany Henyard's most visible examples of excessive spending. Even when the municipal board denied her request for funding, Henyard went ahead with the celebration. She spent an eye-popping $85,000 on the event, which featured performances by R&B singer Keke Wyatt and rapper Jay Holiday, who were reportedly paid lavishly for brief appearances. Wyatt made $30,000 for a 30-minute show, while Holiday received $20,000 for a half-hour performance. What was intended to be a grand celebration for the community turned into a tragedy. Attendance was low, and to make matters worse, the lavish celebration exacerbated the town's financial difficulties.
The finding of an investigation of village finances and the spending habits of the beleaguered mayor.
Residents are understandably furious. Imagine living in a municipality that is millions of dollars in debt, only to have your mayor throw a lavish party with taxpayer money as critical services fail. Streets remain neglected, and essential public utilities are barely operating, yet Henyard managed to raise funding for an event that no one requested. To suggest that people are fed up would be an understatement.
Hey everybody, is it the reason why you guys are not paying whatever that vendor is?
What was it for?
It was for church.
The effects of the Taste of Thornton Township event are only the tip of the iceberg. Henyard's spending habits have been scrutinized for months, revealing a pattern of extravagant expenditures paid by taxpayers. According to reports, she has been living extravagantly, reserving high-end hotels, first-class flights, gourmet dinners, and even private protection, all paid for by the municipality. According to one allegation, she spent tens of thousands of dollars on first-class flights and expensive hotel accommodations during alleged business visits to locations such as New York, Atlanta, and Portland. The most stunning information was her stay at the Four Seasons Hotel in Atlanta, where she accumulated over $10,000 in charges in a single trip. The question on everyone's mind in Dalton is how any of these costly vacations benefited the community. Even more concerning is the way Henyard has handled Dalton's funds as if they were her own piggy bank. A closer look at the town's archives has uncovered some startling statistics. For example, she is said to have spent $43,000 on Amazon in one day. What could someone possibly buy on Amazon for that amount? Nobody knows, and Henyard has given little explanation. Instead, she has adopted the opposite strategy, refusing to produce financial records, defying town trustee demands, and doing everything she can to keep her expenditures hidden from public view. Local trustees have made many attempts to rein in Henyard's excessive spending, but it hasn't been easy. In recent months, they've imposed further spending limitations, canceled her credit card access, and even asked for a federal probe into her behavior. Henyard, on the other hand, has consistently refused, using her veto authority to thwart their attempts to hold her accountable. Tensions erupted when trustees attempted to engage former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot to oversee an independent probe of Henyard's expenditures. Henyard also vetoed that decision, citing an illegal abuse of her jurisdiction. Every time someone attempts to hold her accountable, she appears to fall through the gaps. The trustees have frequently attempted to rein in Henyard's out-of-control expenditures, but she has successfully avoided each attempt. From suddenly cancelled meetings to inexplicably postponed budget proposals, it appears that she is following her own rules while ignoring those that apply to everyone else. Former supporters have transformed into outspoken detractors, with several trustees publicly demanding her removal. Despite the trustees' efforts to enforce spending limitations and increase transparency, Henyard continues to play cat and mouse with the board, thwarting any attempts to restore financial order in Dalton. Meanwhile, local residents are becoming more agitated. Protests and heated town hall meetings have ensued as a result of public indignation, with locals seeking answers and accountability from their so-called super mayor. We're weary of the excuses, one resident stated during a recent meeting. While she's having fun, we're left to pick up the pieces. Citizens are calling for Henyard's resignation on social media, expressing their dissatisfaction with the town's mismanagement under her leadership. With public pressure rising, it appears that Henyard's traditional techniques of avoiding scrutiny may no longer be sufficient. Even those who were previously apathetic are now joining the swelling outcry, demanding accountability and reform. So, where does this leave Dalton? The town is facing a severe financial crisis, and its inhabitants are experiencing the effects. Services are being cut, staff are losing their jobs, and there is growing concern that Dalton will not be able to meet payroll in the coming weeks. Trustees have scrambled to develop their own budget in a last-ditch effort to avoid utter collapse, but without Henyard's help, their efforts may be insufficient. Meanwhile, Henyard continues to live in luxury, seemingly unaware of the harsh reality her people confront daily. One of the most pressing uncertainties surrounding Henyard is whether she intends to depart. She's avoided public appearances, skipped meetings, and remained silent about her conduct. Some assume that she is ready to leave town before the pressure builds. With various investigations, including one by the FBI, closing in on her, it's not surprising that she might be seeking to flee before things worsen. To make matters worse, Henyard is already entangled in multiple ongoing legal disputes, and rumors circulate that she may be connected to even more severe allegations, such as financial wrongdoing and corruption. One of her closest allies, Deputy Police Chief L.S. Lacey, was recently charged with bankruptcy fraud. Lacey, a loyal Henyard supporter, has been accused of concealing assets and income to avoid paying creditors. Many believe he was involved in some of Henyard's unethical financial transactions. His indictment has further fueled suspicions that Henyard may be the next target in a broader judicial campaign. And let's not forget about Henyard's strange behavior while in office. She is often seen at meetings with a golden microphone, proudly displaying her self-proclaimed status as super mayor. Furthermore, she has used local resources to promote herself via billboards, advertisements, and social media, all while the community around her crumbles. One of the most absurd events occurred when she had a DJ play Rihanna's Bitch Better Have My Money at a town meeting, an inappropriate decision that angered many citizens, especially given the financial catastrophe she has left behind. It's hard to believe Henyard felt she could get away with all of this, yet here we are, watching the drama unfold. Dalton is on the brink of collapse, and locals are demanding answers. They want to know where their money has gone, why Henyard is avoiding accountability, and, most crucially, what will happen next. Will Henyard face the repercussions of her actions, or will she find a way to escape again? It's anyone's guess at this point, but one thing is certain, the people of Dalton are not going to let this go. A strong effort to remove her from office is gaining traction, and her tenure as mayor is clearly coming to an end as we await the next chapter in this drama. It's tough not to wonder what Henyard is hiding. Why is she so determined to keep the town's finances secret? And, most importantly, where is she today? Is she keeping a low profile in preparation for her next move? Has she already left town to dodge the approaching storm? If there's one thing we've learned from this saga, it's that Henyard is unpredictable. Despite a rising series of scandals, she has managed to maintain power. But for how much longer? As investigations continue and new details emerge, it seems the truth will eventually catch up with her. So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you don't want to miss out on the hottest celebrity news, make sure to subscribe to Daily Finder.